Brahs. Not even gonna lie, bros. I have no energy for this. But god dang it, Brahs. SBK is a freaking less than a week away. I gotta work and stuff. I gotta get this done while I can. Ooh. Anyway, so yeah, this is what we're doing. Allen head, big Allen head, and then this comes off. Then the bars, Allen head, they come off. We undo the clutch levers, undo the throttle, then get the Hippotech clip-ons, slide them up here, slide all the parts on them, replace this clutch with that one. That's what we're doing, and other things. God dang, I couldn't find anything that would work, but I found a star head. It's just big enough. I just don't have any Allens that work. Oh, it's gonna fall off stand. Oh, okay, I can't do this one-handed. Okay, so I forgot these exist. So I have to get these out so that this will lift up. Okay, so I couldn't get these off, so I literally just jiggled and jaggled until I finally got it all off by loosening the handlebars. And now I can reach those and take those off. All right, they're off, boys. Now we're just gonna basically, disassemble everything that's on one and then put it all on the other one and then slide it over. And yeah. So we take off the cover. It sits like this. The long one goes to the bottom one. And the shorter one that's on top goes to the top one. The throttle sits just like this. So you just kind of mental. Whenever you put it back on the new clip on, you just grab this bottom one and put it on this one, and top one on that one. Yeah, you get it. Now we got it off. It's just undo those and undo this. And then, yeah, we don't need this anymore. Okay, so something happened unexpected that I didn't see coming until I seen it. And then I was like, oh, normally this right here, this brake line, right, for the handbrake, the front brake, runs over here, and it goes to this side, and it connects, and then the jumper one goes over here to this one. Normally, this one that comes from here goes down to this side, and then jumps over. So it's backwards from what normally they are. I don't know how this happened. I don't know if it's just someone in the factory, or if they changed it on the 15s to 13s or something, but I can swear all the bikes I've ever seen, the main line goes straight down. So basically, whenever you put on clip-ons, you still have some slack because it goes like in here, and then it stays to this little bracket, and then has X amount of slack that goes back around to here. So whenever you undo that bracket and then run it around, you can run it straight up the bars, and you'll have extra. So whenever I put the bar where it's supposed to go and got it out there, you can see where that is. I'll let that slide down, then I'll show you. Like, even with it slid all the way down where it doesn't even go, this goes up here. This doesn't reach. So I'm going to have to unhook it on both sides and switch these. Switch this line over here to here, and then these two lines over here to here. And then I'll have all this extra slack, and that'll solve my problem. But I never seen that before. Any bike I ever messed with this kind of stuff. So that's a little weird, and that sucks because that means I'm going to have to take out the brake pads and then re-bleed all this front brake stuff. So that's just more work. But that's part of building, Brahs. That's part of building. So I'm going to undo all this. I'm not going to film it, but basically I'm just taking this bolt off, pulling this off, taking this bolt off, pulling these off, undoing the lines underneath this fender everywhere where they're done, and then putting the other line, this line right here on the outside, and then connecting it to this, and then having this line still jump over just the opposite way. Okay, Brahs, it's been a hot minute. I've done a lot. I got on the phone with some people that were also working on bikes. Yeehaw Stumps was working on his bike. So I moved these over. Brake fluid everywhere. Grape. Turns out though, this line being over here is perfect, because when this sits on this, I got plenty of slack I'm gonna have to pull it over a little bit, but just like hook it on this hook in here, but it'll be perfect. And I put the clip-on and kind of got it somewhat adjusted. See what it looked like. I need to put tape on the back side of all this because, you know, it moves unless you put tape on the bar itself and then tighten it down. But that's what she looked like. Super stoked. Feels crispy like that. I'm super excited. So yeah. Oh, and I ended up having to well, no, I did it all with it off. Yeah, so I put the bar on, tightened it, and then I slid everything over. So yeah, we're getting places, brahs. One at a time. Ooh, look how good that looks. All right, so now this is all pretty much done. I'll probably have to loosen everything to put all this back together, really, but not really worried about it. Just kind of getting everything set. Right now, we're going to take all these off. It's just the 2 screws in the back, these 2 in the front. This is going bye-bye. That's going on. That's going on. And this, I don't think I'm going to have room for it anywhere. But I don't know. I'm going to try to figure out something. I really want to keep this because the blinkers work. It's going to have all working blinkers. So it'd be kind of nice to be able to use blinkers and my horn and, you know, everything. I don't know. No, it might end up taking it off and then putting it around the clutch cable. But I don't know. We'll get into it and see. So this is how I get these off and literally just put wind to it. And it'll come off eventually. Ta-da! Now we just gotta remove this cable from in here. I think I'll walk you through that in a second. And then like this, we don't need this. So basically, you can just go ahead and unscrew this all the way, I think. Oh, now that I say it, now I'm having a hard time unscrewing it. But you gotta unscrew this all the way out, and then you can pull the wire out. Easy peasy. You just kind of manhandle it, and then pop it out and go through the lines. So you just have this. I could use this for the clutch. I'll just whoopee, whoopee, whoopee. So we get this on. It's definitely not gonna go unless I loosen the other side, which sucks. I hate unadjusting clutches, but that's what we're gonna have to do. And this one is pretty messed up, not gonna lie. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna use it. I want to put it on and see what it feels like. But if it feels janky, because it felt janky on that CBR, now that I've taken it apart, I can see it's kind of screwed up in there. We may have to just shorten the stock one. We'll see. All right, we got this on. It does feel crisp. So I have to do some adjusting. This is stripped on the bottom, so I put like a regular threaded screw to try to screw it in there or something, just to make it work. But yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna stick the Brembo on now and see how it sits up. Ooh, tell me that don't look fresh, boy. Ooh, so excited. I think this doesn't work too well because I can rest my finger here, but I don't think, like, this is, to me, is not shifting right or clutching it right, because I want to be able to clutch, like, see, that's where my hand wants to be. It wants to be way over here to clutch and then be able to clutch up and then be on the handbrake. This position makes me want to like 2-finger it or something, mainly use this hand, or this finger I mean, to pull it and then go to the handbrake. But I want to be able to ride comfortably like you should, where you're on the handbrake and clutch all the time. But you can see how far off my hand is. So I don't know how I'm going to fix that, because these lines are, I don't know how it's going to hook up when I get it hooked up, but it's going to need probably this much of a gap. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. But brahs, that's it for today. Not it for this episode, but it's it for me today. I'm going to have to take a break, so I got to go to bed. But dang, it's coming together, boys. We're definitely making SPK for sure, unless the powder coating guy has some major issues, because I got my 55 2 sprocket, I got my new brake pads. I got everything I need. I can throw it together and it'll be totally rideable, just no fairings until I get the cage. So I'll be the SB8K with a naked bike, no color. Maybe, besides this fender, I'll leave this fender on to keep it, keep my radiator safe from slinging stuff. But yeah, bros, that's it. Well, that's not it, but I'll see y'all another day, bros. Ball blast. Look at the wheels, boys. Ooh, they're so shiny. Although, I'm not gonna lie, on the phone, like literally looking down at them and then looking through my phone, the color's different. It's like a lot more vibrant, whatever. It looks way more bright. And for some reason, the phone dumbs it down. I don't understand why. And look at the tank, boys. Wet. Look at that mirror, boys. Ooh. Oh, and the cap. Beautiful. All right, so today, I don't know if this is continuing in one video or not, but whatever. Whilst y'all were gone, I did some dust mitts to the handlebars. So I got the handlebars set up. They weren't done. They were on there, but they weren't done. So I had to take off the tree and back on and off. And I did a bunch of stuff to get the handlebars the way I wanted them. And they're set, so I'm done. So the controls are set here. I need to mess with these. I need to run the line for the handbrake, etc. Yeah, and put the wheels, the rotors and stuff back on the wheels. Put the big rotor kit on the rear wheel. Put the big sprocket on the rear wheel. Yeah, and then we'll have a roller. Then all that'll be left really is to tidy it up, put the chain on. I don't know where the cage is. I don't want to put on the fairings so the cage is here, because what if I get in a wreck? What if something happens and I wreck and the fairings are done? I get them and then they're done. I would rather wreck with no fairings, since I don't have a cage, and then just mess up a radiator and some of the side parts and the covers and just replace those, because I can't replace these one-of-a-kind fairings. I mean, maybe Monster Frames would send me another set, but I wouldn't want to even ask them. So we're not doing that, boys. We're leaving her naked and putting the wheels on and getting the brakes run so she'll be ready to rip. All right, what we're first going to do is just slap on the rotors on the front rim. You've already seen that, or at least me taking it off, so it's the same thing, but I'll show you bits and pieces. All right, boys, don't forget the red Loctite. Not the new wheel. Red Loctite. And she's minty, boy, other than I just dropped it. So we're going from this stock rear brake caliper to a Bossa Rotor. Oh, look at how fresh it is. It's quite a bit more brake. It's not as big as we can go, but I don't really care for the giant rotors. I don't need them. Ooh, I don't ride my brakes. I just hit them every now and then, boys. And so before we had this, I think it's a 43 tooth sprocket. We're going up. What is it, 12 teeth? I love it. Like when I had a big sprocket on my older bikes, I remember seeing comments, people that, oh, it's easier to wheelie with a big sprocket. I'm like, dude, I can wheelie with the small sprocket. It doesn't matter. You know how to wheelie, you know how to wheelie. Now we're going back to the big sprocket, and I'll see those comments again. Oh, it's easier to wheelie. Drop dead. Ooh. We're looking minty, boy. We're looking ready to rip. I mean, ready for the dank wheelies. So now we figure out the brakes. I gotta take that one off, and this one is going in its place. I bought this, and it was like saturated in its oil, so I just pulled these out. And sure enough, they look like they soaked a little bit of oil, so they wouldn't have worked too well. And now the new ones are in there. If you don't know how to take these out, you literally just pull these out. These slide out, and then the plates drop, and you just put them back in. Pretty easy. Anyway, so we're gonna kind of figure this out, figure out what goes where, and undo that. Anybody want to read that? Ah! Your boy's screwed. That's not going to work unless somebody has a 13 plus they're just going to hand to me. I could put it all together. Forget about the handbrake, and run the stock rotor. But man, I don't want to do that. I really just want to put this crap together, but that's not going to work. It's got to be a 09 and up. Or it might even be 05 and up. The 1636 bracket, this didn't need to be in it. This was supposed to be for an 09. The guy I got it from said it was for an 09, but it's not. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm totally bummed out right now. trying to call people and figure it out. So I'll update y'all when I can. I really want to make SBK. Okay, bros. This sucks, but I'm going to put the stock sprocket or stock rotor back on. Change out the brake pads on it. So I got new brake pads. And I'll put the stock fuel tank back on it. And this build's delayed until I can get the correct big rotor kit. I'm so depressed. But yeah, I'm gonna start throwing it together. It's fine. And then I'm not even gonna video the ride. Well, I'll video the ride, but it'll go on Patreon because I want this bike to be built and then the video go up if it's done, and then riding. So, so bummed. At least, I was hoping at least I could like stunt and really stunt. Now I'm just gonna be basically the same as I was before. Only difference is I got clip-ons and a steel tail. And a giant sprocket. I didn't even need the giant sprocket. But, shoot, I guess I could take the sprocket. Nah, we're going to do the sprocket. I'm so sad, bro. All right, bro, so basically, I'm ending this episode here. I'm going to put this thing together, and then whenever the ride's done and I get my other parts, I'll pick up videoing again. Hopefully by the time y'all see this video, the bike will actually be done and we can get on with that. So fingers crossed for me, Brahs. Fingers crossed for me. I'll probably put it in the comments though, because this is going to be episode 4, so that gives me 2 weeks to get the right bracket. So hopefully in 2 weeks. All right, later, Brahs. Wish me luck, Brahs. Wish me luck.